Good morning. It is definitely not morning where I am, but those of you who know insomnia strikes when you least expected, or I guess I was expecting it since I have insomnia every night. You know those nights when you have thoughts going throughout your head, thoughts that are unwarranted, thoughts that you do not want to have, thoughts that just come at you without any warning, that, just oh shit, I forgot to turn my microphone on. Excuse me. Come on. Should I use my used sock? Oh, I'm not using my used sock. This is disgusting. I'm just gonna ramble for the next 45 minutes because I cannot sleep and it is 3:42 a.m. Hello. Alright, there you go. So, I don't know about you, but I was a pretty insecure kid. And I don't know about you, once again, but I was sort of an outcast. Well, not sort of. I was overtly an outcast. Well, it wasn't my choice, but like every single other YouTuber, for some reason, I was not well liked as a child. But like, you got what I'm saying though? Like, YouTubers, who has said this before? It was some drama YouTube channel, I think. Probably. It was something along the lines of, oh, like, YouTubers are just sad people. I mean, this obviously doesn't speak for every single person on this platform or every single influencer. I think it has a lot to do with the kind of people who would choose to hone the skill of talking to camera for like multiple hours straight every single day, and then choosing to listen to their voice over and over and see their face over and over, also for hours on end, while editing the video if they even choose to edit it themselves. I consider myself, having gone through an external and internal glow up, a better person from who I was in my high school years. I definitely didn't feel like I fit in with the world. Fitting in with the world, as I see it now, it's not a simple thing as like, oh, like I have friends and I'm popular in school and I wear like pretty clothes, which is sort of how it occurred to me back then when I was in high school. That's obviously not the case, as it turned out to be, which is pretty sad. But I was an outcast. Nobody really liked me in high school, and that, like, when I think about, obviously, like, I was reading my diaries from like grade 8, grade 9, grade 10. I was reading it and I was like, oh shit, like, this child is so pitiful. Nobody likes her in school. She doesn't have a place in her family when she comes home. She doesn't feel accepted anywhere. All she does is cry at night. She cries in her piano lessons. She's like laughed at school. Nobody talks to her. She has like weird ass friends that she doesn't even like. And that continued on for like 2 years. That was like the majority of the content in all of my diaries and in my memories. It was sad. It was definitely very depressing to be in my shoes back then. But if I truly were to look at the situation objectively and to perhaps try to give my younger self some advice, I think that whole concept is a little bit stupid. But if I were to do that, now one thing that was very clear to me was that I was completely self-absorbed in my own world. Now, I'm not saying that it's invalid to spend the time to get in touch with your own emotions when your mental health problems are going unchecked, going undiagnosed. I think that is completely valid to take the time to get to know yourself. But I wasn't getting to know myself. I didn't know who I was at all. In fact, I was an immigrant. What the fuck? The first thing was I was like 12, right? So I didn't really know who I was from my own culture back at home. I didn't know jack shit about the world. And then I get like slam dunked into this new foreign country full of like even shittier kids who are also racist because they've like never seen an Asian person before. And like, can I just put it out there? Children are so fucking hateful. They're a bunch of douchebags. Even if you like try your best to raise your child as this like kind, saintly figure, it's inevitable. Other people are not going to be kind and saintly and raise their child to be good. They're gonna raise their child to be like absolute fucking bastards. And kids, all they want to do is to be cool, right? They're gonna associate with each other. They're gonna pick up on the worst of habits. But like, all these people who I thought were bullies, like, yeah, they were bitches, they were terrible people, but they were just a product of the society, right? They were just a product of their time, they're a product of their age. They're a product of the social circles, they're a product of how weird I was when I first immigrated. I had this like stupid hairdo every single day at school. I would put my hair up in a super tight bun. I distinctively remember back in like grade 7, I had 4 pairs of pants, which I would wear interchangeably, and they were all like fuzzy. It's not corduroy because corduroy is way cooler. It's just fuzzy pants, and they came in the shade of purple, black, blue, and pink. I wore those to school unironically because but there's all these things, you know, contributing to the alienation of me back then. It's not you who's the problem, although like sometimes me personally, I definitely contributed to my outcastery. It's just like these multitude of layers, these multitude of terrible reasons led to a bad buildup of a cycle that is just difficult to end. And on top of that, I was quite severely depressed, and amidst of that depression and the internet culture back in like 2012, 2013, 2014, I was just veering off into this very bad like incel path of I'm so edgy, like I have depression, I have this sort of emotional depth that other people don't have because they're not depressed and that they're healthy and happy. Ooh, I don't want to be healthy and happy. I want to continue being depressed because that makes me edgy and better than all the other girls. No, please don't. I promise you, you will be a happier, better person if you are not consumed by your mental health issues. And the only way you can do that is to take active steps into breaking free of the toxic cycle. And I remember this so distinctively when I talk about like an internal glow up, because obviously I had my external glow up. This bitch, my skin is clear, you know. I would just like to point to a very simple example of this. So back when I was feeling like really socially alienated from people, I had this like weird internal superiority complex of, oh, I'm better than the other girls because I'm super depressed and I understand things that they don't understand. But I will always see these girls in each other's Instagram comment sections hyping each other up, being like, oh girl, you're doing great, like, yeah, amazing, like heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji, which I today have come to really, really appreciate. And you know, I don't know if there's anything wrong with women empowering women. It's like, if you're getting mad at people hyping each other up in Instagram comment sections and thinking that that's fake, I don't know, that sounds eerily like internalized misogyny. And that's exactly the behavior that I subscribe to. And I thought that, you know, being mean to all your friends was somehow a better way to show support and to show camaraderie than to actually lift each other up and support each other. I don't know how that worked. I don't understand why I thought that these things couldn't coexist as well, you know? It's not like I'm not mean to my friends today, like, oh my god, like my friends are such bitches to me. I gotta get back to them sometime, you know? But that doesn't mean we aren't nice to each other, because a friendship is multifaceted, especially female friendships. Oh my god, like relationships between women, romantic or platonic or whatnot, chef's kiss. Especially in today's world where we're becoming increasingly aware of the sort of internalized misogyny of this notion that you're more cool if you're only friends with guys, or like being friends with all girls, it causes too much drama or whatever, which is, both of these statements or anything related to them are not even remotely true. I'm just really glad that we're coming to the realization that they're not. And this is one of the biggest internal glow-ups that I had, I personally feel. Other than the fact that, you know, I have stopped shaving my armpits. I try to continuously educate myself on topics that I feel passionate about, and I'm much more engaged in the dialogues that I'm having with the world, and I'm a happier person. Yes, I forgot what I was talking about because it's 4 a.m. Yeah, what was I talking about? What the fuck? being an outcast is honestly a very personal experience. Anything that you go through is a personal experience, right? And not all advice is one size fits all, and I'm definitely not in a position here to give anybody any sort of advice on this kind of thing. All I'm saying is I'm not any less weird than I was back then. I'm still into the same things. I'm still into like fan fiction. Sorry. I'm still into anime. I'm still into K-pop. I'm so depressed, really. But like me being into the same things and somehow like feeling like infinitely more accepted by my social circles and by my friends around me. And now that I actually have friends that I care about and who I want to protect and, well, maybe not protect, but who I want to like socialize with every single day, who I want to associate with, who I want to hang out with, it's a great feeling. And I can't exactly tell you what's changed other than the fact that I have begun to look beyond myself and only myself. I think it's really important to realize that the world doesn't run around you. And especially if you feel alienated in a setting like high school. Like, yeah, kids are stupid, but you, and I'm talking about me here, you are also equally stupid. You're the same age as them. What the fuck? Everybody is just trying to understand themselves. Everybody is just trying to find their place in the world. And it's true that maybe you had a different experience from most people because you were an immigrant, or that you were into different things from most people. Honestly, you weren't even. You ended up finding out that they were into the same things as you all this time, and that you just never bothered to reach out to them or to even like talk to them about anything like substantial. So like anything else, being an outcast is actually a pretty complex matter. And honestly, I don't even know how to conclude any of this. This has just been a series of non-astute, non-objective observations that I made over the years. I definitely wouldn't say that I'm popular from the standard connotation of the word popular, but I'm not like universally hated like I was back then, right? And it's weird because everything that's changed about me, very little has been like my personal interests, and almost all of it has been growth in self-understanding and finding a place in this world. And even though all this is super multifaceted and very multidimensional, and I can't even begin to break down everything that has happened over the past like 4 or 5 years, I'm glad that it happened. And I'm glad that I am who I am today. So maybe we should just all celebrate what we want to celebrate about ourselves, right? Yeah, that's it. Cool. I'll see you on the other side, I guess. Peace.